In this video, I'm going to be rating and improving you guys' teams that you sent in over here on Twitter. If you want to be featured in the next video, follow me on Twitter. It's GrimFateYT, as you can see right here. And go over and wait for me to post the next one of these, which I'll do in the next few days. The next one of these tweets. And then you can send your teams in and be featured in the next video. But before we get into this, leave a like on this video and sub up. And let's get straight into the teams that y'all sent in, man. So, for the first team here, we have Naba Gaj. And he sent this team right here. He's got Invincible Ja. He's got Invincible LaMelo. He's got Endgame KD, Hakeem, and Chris Bosh. So first things first, your lineup is too short. John Morant is pretty short, but he's a very good card. So if you want to keep him, you can. But you definitely need a taller center. Move Bosh to the power forward and get a tall center. Somebody like Mark Eaton is only about 40,000 MT right now. If you want Yao, he's only about 50 or 60K for the dark matter. Definitely go ahead and pick up either Yao or Mark Eaton or someone like that for your center spot. Other than that, if you are good with John Morant, you can keep him there. And honestly, even with Bosh at the power forward, I think that should be off your bench. He's not that great of a power forward. So again, I'd consider getting a guy like Porzingis, who's only about 15K MT. And he's going to be a great power forward that you can run right there at 7'3". And then the bench definitely needs a lot of work as well. But your team definitely does need a lot of improvements. Let's move into the next team here. It's going to be Vic Lambrecht. He says 110K. All right, you got Endgame Curry, T-Mac with Zion, Evan Mobley, and Mark Eaton. So Mark Eaton, Mobley, and Curry are all pretty solid. And T-Mac, I would mainly just get rid of Zion Williamson. He's way too short. Bring him off the bench at the 3. And then for your small forward, I would consider getting a guy like, I don't know, there's a lot of options at the small forward spot. But Tim Thomas, interdimensional Tim Thomas, is only 8,000 or 9,000 MT. He's going to be better than that Zion, and he's about 6'10 at the small forward, which is not too bad of an option. And then there's a lot of other great small forwards as well. It depends how much you want to spend. Off your bench, Turk is nice, Asar is nice. And then you'll put Zion where James Worthy is. Jokic is nice, and Mikan is nice as well. So all in all, the main thing you need to improve is that starting small forward spot, and you'll be fine from there. The next team is going to be by Aiden's Vibe. He's got a team right here with Invincible Westbrook, Invincible Kawhi, Bob Netlicky, Dwight Howard, and Dirk. Again, definitely move Dirk to the power forward and get a tall center. You've only got 8,000 MT, but I'd save up for a guy like maybe Opal Yao Ming. He's not going to be that expensive, and he's going to be a 7'6" center with pretty much good animations all around, can shoot fast, and the Opal one is not that much different than the Dark Matter, and he's going to be much cheaper for you to pick up, so go ahead and pick him up. Bob should definitely be coming off the bench. You need someone better at the starting small forward and someone better at the starting point as well, to be honest with you. For the starting point, I'd consider getting a guy like Jokic. He's only about 20,000 MT. He's going to be a 6'11 point guard with great animations. For the shooting guard, I guess you can keep Kawhi. He's not the best, but you can keep him. For the small forward, I think about Radiant T-Mac or interdimensional Tim Thomas, or possibly even interdimensional Bobo if you can spend like 50, 60K on him. And then obviously at the center, get Opal Yao. Next team here is going to be by Jimmy Cheese. He is 342K. He's got Lamar Odom at the point, Endgame KD, Endgame Paolo, Endgame Joel, and Endgame David Robinson. Starting lineup is definitely perfect. You've got 4 endgames in there that can do everything, and then a 6'10 Lamar at the point. So your starting lineup is perfect. Then off the bench, you've got John Morant, Danny Granger, Bobo, Bill Russell, and Yao. Your lineup is really perfect all around. I wouldn't say there's really much you can even do to improve this lineup. This is basically the perfect lineup that you can use. You've got tons of end games that can do everything, so I wouldn't say there's much for you to improve for this team. I can't sit here and act like there's a lot of things you can do to improve it. You've got like one of the best teams in the game. Next team is going to be by Eli Johnson. He's going to have Endgame Curry, Endgame KD, Chet, Artis Gilmore, and Rick Smits. Great starting lineup all around. I would say the only thing, maybe get a taller point guard. If you've got a lot of MT, it says you have 55K, so I would honestly say that the out-of-position point guard Jokic is better than Curry at the 1 for you. Your defensive lineup is going to be broken if you have him there, because then the smallest player in your starting lineup will be 6'10", which would be KD. And I think that would just make your lineup way more cheesy and broken. No one would be able to score on it. And then the bench is looking pretty good. So, again, I would just think about getting a Jokic. If you can get the hero one, definitely get him. But if not, get the out-of-position one. Next up is going to be 123 kid. He's got out-of-position Jokic, Ilgauskas, Bobo, Taco, and Dikembe. So, a very cheesy and tall lineup besides that Dikembe at the center. So, for that, I would just switch the Mark Eaton that's coming off your bench and put Mark Eaton as the starting center instead. He's going to be 7'4" instead of 7'2", and those 2 inches will make it a lot harder for other teams to score on you, especially if they're running a tall center, which they usually are, so definitely do that. But you've got a very cheesy and tall lineup. Once you put Mark Eaton in, the smallest player in your starting lineup would be a 6'11" Jokic, which is just broken. So I think your lineup is looking really good. Then you got Hidu, you got Tim, you got Zion. Pretty great all around. I would just probably get rid of Zion for someone else. And other than that, your team's looking very solid. Next up, 215,000 MT. You've got Jokic, you've got T-Mac, Victor Wembanyama, Bobo, and Yao Ming. Starting lineup is looking elite and looking like a 10 out of 10. Nothing you can really do there. LaMelo is great. Ilgauskas is great. Chet's great. Shaq's great. Mark Eaton's great. I mean, yeah, you've got a great lineup all around. I mean, I guess if you were to improve something, you said you have 215K, maybe get endgame KD. I don't know what really you could do. I think you've got a pretty cheesy and broken lineup right here. Great height, great defense, great scoring all around. Not much for you to improve other than just going ahead and like improving, I guess, Bobo and T-Mac, but they're great cards anyways, so it's up to you, man. Next up, Mari Miller. He's got Jokic, Ilgauskas, Tim Thomas. He's got Porzingis and Mark Eaton, a great tall defensive lineup that can score and do a lot of things. Then you've got LaMelo, Luka, Kevin Garnett, Dwight, and Sabonis. I would get rid of Sabonis and get somebody like an Opal Yao or possibly a Ralph Sampson for your bench. And then in terms of the Dwight Howard, I would probably get rid of him as well for maybe somebody like a Kristaps Porzingis. Oh, you already have him in the starting lineup. I don't know. It's just someone else, I guess. He's just not the greatest card. Next team, y'all, is going to be by FaZe Bozd. He put it sideways. He put it sideways here. Lineup is looking really good, though, all around in the starting lineup. I would say get rid of Jonathan Isaac, get rid of Hakeem, get a taller center off the bench, and get somebody like Tim Thomas off your bench as well. Next team is going to be by Not Cringy, 40K MT, Cade and Amari are ungreat tradables. All right, let's see what you got. Cade's great. Ilgauskas great. Hero KD is pretty terrible, I'm not going to lie to you. And Amari is all right. I would probably get Opal Yao at the center. It's an improvement from Sabonis. Bench is looking pretty solid. Besides, I'd say Jalen Green. Probably get rid of that Jalen Green for somebody else. Like a Radiant T-Mac, pretty cheap, 10, 15K. Get him off the bench or put Ilgauskas off the bench. For that starting lineup, I'd get somebody like either interdimensional Bobo or interdimensional Tim Thomas for the small forward spot. And other than that, you'll be looking straight ill. And that's going to be it. So, guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to go ahead and leave a like and sub up. If you want to be featured in the next rating and improving teams video, make sure to follow me on Twitter at GrimFateYT. And I will be putting out a tweet within the next couple of days telling you guys to send your teams in, and you'll be featured in the next video if you go ahead and do that. Make sure you have notifications on so you don't miss out. I will have notifications on YouTube and Twitter so you don't miss out on the next announcement because I announce it on both. So make sure you got those notifications on. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like and sub up. Let me know what you guys think about these teams, and I'm out of here, y'all. Peace out.